Hi there, I'm the Divine Miss Mickey, and of course Leo's back again, cleaning himself as he likes to do. So I'm going to try something tonight that I've never actually done on camera. I've done it typing and I've had things just come to me, but I've never actually sat down to do it on a camera. But I'm going to do it. So I have my beautiful golden quartz, and at the ready is red jasper in case I fly too high. This will bring me back down to earth. Nice little lapis chunk, and my selenite wand, a few other things here just to have a little help. What I thought I would tackle today, it's night here. It's the only time you don't get mowing or anything like that going on. So what I thought I would do would be that I would see what I pick up psychically, see what messages come in regards with US politics, because I know a lot of you are in the US, and those who aren't, well, we're finding it pretty interesting. I never realised how boring Australian politics was until recent few years, well, since 2016 in America. Sorry guys, I know we shouldn't laugh. I just like, what the? Yeah, it's one of those long running series you wish would just end, but somehow like that car crash, you just can't stop watching. So anyway, I'm going to go with what psychic feelings and any indications, any messages, any feelings I get on certain people and potentialities. And what that means is possibilities for the future. So that when anyone does a prediction or anything about the future, it's still only a possibility, a potential, because the one thing about the future is that it's actually unwritten. There is so much that can step into play that can change things. That's something I'll get into more on another video. But let's see what happens. And I'm going to start, of course, with he who shall have to be named because, well, just clarifies, Mr. Donald Trump. What a character. I'm being polite, you realise that, but yeah. Okay. What do I pick up on him? Oh boy. Oh boy. You've heard of being up a certain creek without a paddle. Well, he lost the paddle, he lost the canoe, and the creek has gone bone dry. He is stuffed. There's no other way of putting it. Do I feel he's going to be found guilty on a lot of the charges? I feel that he's going to be facing quite a few of them. Oh, Leo, do you have to? Pardon, he's got no decorum, that boy. Do I think he'll be found guilty? Those that he actually gets to see, yes. I think most of the charges, if not all, okay, if not all, he will be found guilty. Will he go to jail? I don't feel he's going to get the chance. Does that mean he's going to die? Not necessarily, no. But he's not well. And most of us are picking up on that. He is not well. I'm getting, yeah, I know this is something that a lot of others picked up, but it's something like with the head, but it's like a stroke. His heart's not good, but it's going to be which is going to go first, and I do kind of feel that it's likely to be a stroke because his blood pressure will not be good, no matter what he says. And I am not sure he's going to see out a lot of the cases. Some, yeah, or no, because it's like being in a wow, it's really hard to describe, but it's they keep saying a prison of his own making. Okay, a prison of his own making. Now, a prison of his own making can be like being in a coma caused by something that you've done that's created a health issue or an accident or something like that. It could be that, or if it's a stroke, he becomes incapacitated, and therefore a number of cases will, when it comes to him, will no longer be carried forth unless there needs to be an actual conviction. I do feel they've got enough. His future is not long. It's not long. And some are not going to like hearing that, and, well, I'm not going to tell you something I'm not feeling. His character... Okay, the situation with him with women is there's a lot of women that have been paid off. That's my feeling. There's a lot of women that have been paid off. He's done a lot of harm. His life review will not be good. Okay, that's his choice. He's chosen the action. He's got to face the consequences of your actions one way or the other, whether it be while you're still alive in that body or when you've passed over. You got to face what you've done. It's going to be the same with Giuliani and a lot of others. You cannot escape karma. And that's with all of us. We're all in the same boat that we will never escape our own karma. So if you think he's going to get away with stuff, he won't. So just let it go and see what happens, and know that one way or the other he's got to face the consequences. They're saying that's it. It's all been said before by so many others. There's a lot of information out there. There's some very, very good readers that are picking up so much on him. So I love David from Tarot by the Bay. If you want a good laugh, he's a good one for that. And there's Lena Rodriguez and Libby from Meister Tarot. I think I've said that right. And then, of course, you've got Susan Lynn and Linda G. Yeah, I love the way Linda goes. I love it, I love it, I love it. It's cool. I've been saying that a lot. So anyway, okay, I'm just having a look at my little list here because I've got a memory like a sieve. Mike Johnson. Oh boy, what were they thinking? Obviously not smart. Mike Johnson. What have we got going there? Ooh. I am going to say, for entertainment purposes only, and I'm going to have a sign at the beginning of this video and I'm going to have a sign at the end, because yeah, I don't know quite how to, oh, there's going to be some very unsavory stuff that's going to come out about him, and I feel it might have to do with young people. I think that's about as tactful as I can be. Very concerned about saying some things, but I can only go with what they said, and what, yeah, came out pretty clear. But he's not going to be around long. I don't mean dying, I mean as in Speaker of the House. Yes, he's going to be in trouble. Another one in trouble. Oh, okay, I'm going to go with what just came into my head. A nothing burger that's going to ruffle some feathers. Try saying that in a hurry. That's it. Okay, fine. MTG. She just reminds me of one of those weird characters from something like The Bold and the Beautiful. No, that's not even right. Maybe something from Dallas or Dynasty, or without the hair. Drama queen. Tough nut on the outside. Anything to get her own way. Anything to force people to, okay, force people to like her. Oh boy, is she going the wrong way around that. Okay. I was going to say get her own way, but, oh, that too, okay. We know this all already, but they're just reiterating that the stuff with Hunter Biden is going to blow up in her face. Well and truly. If you think it has already, there's still more to come. Feeling I get is that Hunter Biden is looking at ways to take this as far as possible, but right now he's trying to ease the stress on not only himself but his father. But he will be seeking justice, and I hope he does, because he deserves it. When you know their story, the losses in that family, he went off the rails, and that happens with people, and that's when people need a lot of support and help to get through it and to rise above it. Not this crap. Okay. Any more on her? Have you ever, well, you would have, most of you would have seen that emoji, that's sort of the being sick emoji. We call it spewing, but the being sick emoji. Well, they just put that right through my head, so okay, that's a little message. I've got some people with a good sense of humour, which helps being around me. They have to. Okay, now a couple of good guys, because these people have stood out. There's another one, I just can't quite fully remember her whole name. But AOC is how she's known. I think she's Alexandria something Cortez. Wow, what an intelligent, articulate woman. That is a woman that if she chooses, because it's always choice, and she may decide that she'll step back from politics, I hope she doesn't, because she is a shining light in your country. Absolutely. Along with another absolutely amazing woman. I call her a pocket rocket. She's probably heard that a million times. But that's Jasmine Crockett. Girl, she says it like it is. She says it like she sees it. She doesn't take no BS. She's just down the line, I'm going to give it to you straight. That's someone you want on your side. That's also someone you want to vote for. And see how far she goes. She's got a lot of potential as well. There's another one that I remember the first time, because being Australian, I haven't known a lot about American politics until the last year or so. But there's this man who, when I first saw him, I for some reason I thought he was Republican, and I thought, wow, do they actually have someone really decent? And then I found out he was Democrat, and that's Jamie Raskin. What an incredible man. He's an incredible man, and he, you know, I know he's been battling cancer. Okay, they're saying he's winning and he's still got a lot more to do. I hope that's true. I really, really hope that's true. Okay, they're saying yes, it is. But the reason I say that is because if you want a president who's actually got the true welfare of everyone, who truly cares about what happens and doing the right thing, he's your man. And I hope that he keeps giving to the country. He's got a choice to make. So there's, he's like the two of swords in the tarot. He's got two options. One option is that he'll stay in the politics and he'll go a long way because he has a lot to do. The other option is he stays for a little bit, but then he's going to go and he's going to do something else. And it's going to actually be a motivation of health and stepping back because he feels he's done enough. I got the feeling though that if he takes this option, he will come back. I don't know how long for. He is someone though that is one hell of a guiding light. I should also go, because I get feelings on people, on their personality, and the eyes tell me a lot. And there's a lot of talk about Biden. Yes, his body is that of an older man. He is, what is he, about 80 or something like that. You know what? He his eyes are sharp. He's got a dry sense of humour, and he may be calm and he can be firm, but that mind is still going. It is just his way. He's very measured in how he talks because he has to work. He has to work. He has to work with the challenges that he's had, and he's found that by measured talking, he can keep it on a very even keel. Okay, that might be. Yeah, okay, it is to do with what he's learnt from when he had a problem with stuttering. And, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so, what else is his health? His health is good for his age. I get the feeling that the reason he is still running, still planning a second term, it has nothing to do with ego. It has nothing to do with self-gratification. It actually has to do with stopping the wrong person getting in and things going downhill. He's a true patriot. Is that good? I've also got like a patriotic humanitarian, that sort of thing. He's trying to work with a lot of things. He's trying to get a lot done in what little time he knows he's got to do it. Now, that does not mean he will die before the election. He won't. That does not mean that he's going to become incapacitated. He won't. What I feel it means is that he knows at some stage, in probably the second term, they're saying midway, he will pass the reins. And he will have prepared the person that is there. He will have prepared the person to take over and continue the work that has been set up, that he's worked hard to set up. And he will live his days out knowing that he's done the best he could to get your country, to get America back in shape and recovering from a very dubious president, is a nice way of putting it. So, we're starting to get a little bit over time, but I might just do a few more. I do want to say, James Comer, please, guys. If there's a way that he can be voted out or stopped, I don't mean like in a horrible way, I'm not meaning that. I mean like, that man is arrogant. And gee, he has not done a lot of good things. For entertainment purposes only, I'm covering my butt. Yeah, not a good person. I think a lot's been said about Jim Jordan. He's not going to fare too well in the future when it comes to legalities. Ron DeSantis. Yes, he will be around for a little bit longer in his home state. Okay, he will then be forced to step down to avoid confrontation. To avoid confrontation. What are we talking about with that? Some things are known about, some things aren't, but he hasn't been honest, and it's not just him. It'll all be uncovered, and it won't go well for him. Okay. We won't go into Bo, but oh look, she's not going to be around long enough to be a problem. Nikki Haley. Now this is really interesting. This is a person who has a woman that has had the potential to do a lot of good. Unfortunately, she has chosen some beliefs that are not in the country's best interests. She is following narratives that racist is one way of putting it, but it's denialist. It's a denialist mentality. Yet, if she could just turn that around, she could do so much if she could just wake up. Because she's very intelligent, even if she has said some really dumb things. She's actually very intelligent. She's just really, really good at talking. She's really good at saying things in the view that you're going to like her and vote for her. Does she believe what she believes some of what she's saying? There's other stuff that she's saying for the sake of saying it. What's that got to do with? Because it's what she feels people want to hear. Gee, that's not very honest. What has happened? There's all these intelligent people who are doing dumb things. Particularly women. I don't get it. Come on, ladies. Get your crap together. Stop following these men who are... Oh, I'm trying not to swear. A-holes. There. I've found a polite way of saying it. I could say a lot more. So I'm going to finish this one with two people. One is Fani Willis. This lady is so intelligent, and she's sharp, and she's honest. She is honest, and she is not going to take any bull. This situation with her chief prosecutor, I've actually forgotten his name. Wade. There's Wade. Anyway, the feeling I get is they're saying it does not matter. For one thing, she's done nothing wrong, and it's already out there that his wife and him were already well past broken up when he was brought in on the case. So there's no conflict of interest, because for one thing there can't be. They're both on the same side. So that is silly. The feeling I get is that this whole thing has been orchestrated from a bitter woman, taken advantage of by manipulating men who are trying to get themselves out of the crap that they did. They did it, and they're trying to get themselves out of it. It's not gonna work. I truly hope that they both stand their ground, because they have enough evidence against all the people. They have enough. And this is just to try and bully, harass, and manipulate. Because, yeah, it's going to backfire. And unfortunately, his ex-wife is going to end up in a lot of trouble because of what she's done. And I hope she learns from it, and I hope she's given compassion, because she's been used. And full respect to Fani Willis. I'm going to finish with one person who I feel is not popular, who I really, I can only sort of go with what I feel, and I feel that this person is very misunderstood and very maligned and has done a lot of things wrong. But I feel that there's a huge front, and that is Melania. I've seen some horrible things said about her, and her called horrible names. But I want one thing, and everything to think of one thing. We have seen how manipulating Donald Trump is. And we have seen how intelligent women seem to fall under this spell. And Melania is no different. But she's... Yeah, the feeling I get is it didn't take her long for her to go, what the hell have I done? I would have been better off not. But she stuck by it, tried to do the right thing, and she's put on a lot of fronts to protect herself. I want to give you an example. I mean, every time I think of her and I see her, I think of a friend that I had. Her name was Jackie. And Jackie, when I first met her, seemed very aloof. She seemed very standoffish. But something drew me to want to get to know her. And it didn't take long for me to realize all that aloofness, all that front was just a front. She was actually a beautiful, beautiful person with a lot of insecurities, and so she had the front up to protect herself. She was also very intelligent, and every time I see Melania's name, I see a picture, I'm taken to that, and I take that as a sign that there's more underneath that front, and you may never get to know it. That does not mean that she's this innocent person. I feel a lot of complication with her. And she's ready to leave him. She has been for many years ready to leave. But she has stayed for various reasons. And one of them is money. And I don't feel it's prestige. That's not coming up. It's like, no. They're just going, no. It was money. Pure and simple. She liked what money could give her, but she's also learnt that there's a double-edged sword with that, because of who that money is tied to. She's just making sure that she's going to be looked after. And frankly, with all she's put up with, good on her. Now, I know that's not going to be a popular thing because, yeah, she's done a lot of stuff that is not making her popular. But what I wanted to do was just give another viewpoint. A viewpoint that was not about the exterior, about looking at the interior and going, you know, sometimes we've got to look beyond the curtain and look at underneath and look at the environment and the people around her. She's been fed she's been fed a lot of stories that she's been fed a lot of stories that she knows isn't true. But she goes along with it because it's easier for her in the situation she's in. Okay, that's interesting. I hadn't thought of it that way. But I think we've all done that at some stage in our life. Gone along with something because, you know, you may not agree with it, but okay, keep the peace. I'll just, yeah, whatever. Is that it for her? Oh, okay. There's a lot that's been said about at her mother's funeral. At her mother's funeral, it seems Donald wanted to speak and he was under orders from her. Don't even go there. Don't even think about it. You're not using my mother's funeral for more of your stuff. And that is the reason why I feel she didn't want him in the car. I mean, not because of any smell. You hear a lot about that. But I don't actually feel it was that. It was to do with him using her mother's death and her mother's funeral as a way to try and delay a court case. Purely his selfish reasons. And that did not go down well with her. She wanted nothing to do with him. If she could have got through the funeral without him there, he wouldn't have been there. They're just a little bit. No, that's it. Shutting down. Okay. Well, we're going to leave it at that because, yeah, this is like nearly 40 minutes for me. That's a long one. Oh, could be a late night for me. What is it? Oh, it's only 12:36 a.m. in the morning. It's cool. Not a problem. I live musician's hours. So, anyway, I will be putting up in the community page soon. What I will do is I'm going to do a post for little mini readings for people. You can do personal or political, but I'll put them separately. And I'll do cards, pendulum, whatever I feel is going to be right, or it might just come just straight through. And I want to do one on dream analysis. So if you have dreams and a dream that's really sort of, like, geez, I remember that really well, then write it down. If you are not wanting it where people can see what your dream was about, then by all means email me. You're more than welcome to do that. Same with a personal thing. If you've got a personal question and you don't really want out in the open, but you'd like an answer to it, what I will do is give you a alias name for the purpose of the video, but you'll know who it is, and I'll make sure to sort of tweak it so that anything that can identify you is not clear at all. I think that's just basically it. It's for entertainment purposes only. I'm going to say that again and again and again and again. And this is my first time at doing this particular type of reading, and I know that as I go along it's going to get better. Usually it just comes in when I like it when I'm typing, or there's a chat and then suddenly bang, things just come in. So this is a very new forum for me, and I'm going to enjoy exploring it because this was fun and different, and I hope you enjoy it too. So be safe where you are. If you're in the northern hemisphere, be warm. If you're in the southern hemisphere, be cool. Queensland's heading for another cyclone, so say some prayers for the people of Queensland, particularly those up north, because they've really copped a lot. And just be kind to everyone. Smile. It's a really good thing to smile, and just get out if you can, because sometimes people have illness. And if you do know someone who's a little bit trapped by illness, give them a hand. Give them a hand, but in a way that helps them, not what you think. Do it in a way that helps them. So talk to them. They've got the answers if you just listen. And love your planet, because this is the place we call home. So be environmentally aware. The earth is changing. We're getting extremes, but we can turn it around if we make the choice. We always have that choice. And actually it works out cheaper in a lot of ways. So on that note, and now that Leo is relaxed and not cleaning himself, I shall bid you all adieu. Till next time, and I hope you have a wonderful week. That's what I was trying to say. See, it's after 12:30, in the morning. Anyway, I can't edit these things out because I have no idea how to do it. I will learn at some stage. So you're just going to get it as it is, and maybe at some stage I'll do a blooper reel just for the fun of it, because I can laugh at myself more than anyone else. Anyway, on that note, good night.